Do you ever feel like you could be doing better with your cycling nutrition? This is something that has come up a lot in my coaching of over 200 cyclists in the past 12 years. In fact, no matter the level of cyclist, everyone struggles to dial in their nutrition at some point in their cycling career. So in this video, I'm going to give you my science-based recommendations for fueling your cycling training sessions, covering 3 durations as they require a slightly different approach for each one. And this is based on your glycogen levels, how long and how hard you plan to ride. And after these, we're going to cover some practical examples for incorporating this info into real life. Okay, let's start with 60-minute rides. These short, sharp efforts might not need any extra fueling at all, but it doesn't hurt to take something in. So let me explain. If you're just cruising at a low to moderate intensity and your energy stores, your glycogen stores are either low or normal, you can get away with not fueling the ride. But if you just don't like the feeling of this, or don't like the feeling of riding on an empty stomach, aim for at least 30 grams of carbs during the ride. Now, if you're pushing hard and you've got normal glycogen levels, have up to 75 grams of carbs before you start. And then make sure that you're having at least 30 grams of carbs during the ride to keep your energy up. Next up, we have 120 minutes or a 2-hour ride. And this is where we start to consider more on-bike fueling. But don't forget the pre-ride food. A little tricky, depending on the day, it might be a place you can easily optimize to improve your riding and recovery. So for low to moderate intensity, if your glycogen levels are low or normal, you'll want to have less than 75 grams of carbs before you start, but have something. And during the ride, aim to take in about 60 grams of carbs per hour to stay fueled. If you're riding at a high intensity and your glycogen is normal, bump that up a little bit. So 75 to 150 grams of carbs before the ride, and then keep fueling with 60 grams of carbs per hour while on the bike. Finally, a 240-minute ride or a 4-hour ride where we start to get serious, because the longer the ride, the more important your fueling strategy becomes. Here is also where we've seen the most change in strategy over the last few years, mostly driven by professional riders. So before diving into the specifics, it's important to understand how the high carb trend evolved. Over the past 2 decades, a series of groundbreaking studies have progressively pushed the boundaries of carbohydrate intake during exercise. Early research suggested that 60 grams per hour was the upper limit, but then later studies demonstrated that combining glucose and fructose allowed athletes to absorb and utilize up to 90 grams per hour. And then this led to a surge in recommendations and product developments aimed at helping athletes fuel even higher carb intakes. But we are now at this point of asking, does more always mean better? My current position is to take a personalized approach to carbohydrate intake during rides. While science provides guidelines, the real-world experiences of athletes combined with a thoughtful approach to your gut training and your psychological factors, your needs will be different, so you have to find out what works best for you. So experiment within the recommended ranges and listen to your body rather than blindly following trends. On those long to low moderate efforts with low or normal glycogen levels, keep your pre-ride carbs under 75 grams, and during the ride you'll need to take in over 90 grams and up to that 120. If you're going hard for the full 4 hours and you've got normal glycogen, have 75 to 150 grams of carbs beforehand, and during the ride you should aim for more than 90 and then up to that 120 grams per hour. Noting, again, individual tolerance and risk of GI distress. Now let's go through some scenarios optimizing a 60-minute workout, and I'll guide you through 3 different training routines before breakfast, before lunchtime, and before dinner. Each has a unique approach to ensure that you're getting the most out of your sessions while maintaining optimal hydration and nutrition. Starting with before breakfast. So wake up and then start by checking your hydration status. So you head to the bathroom and check your urine color. Aim for levels 1 to 3 on the urine color chart to ensure that you're adequately hydrated. Second, you want to hydrate and fuel. So depending on your training needs, drink 250 to 500 milliliters of water. If you're not fasting, consume up to 75 grams of carbs to fuel your workout. Number 3, preparation time. Allow 30 minutes at minimum for digestion and mental preparation before you start your training session. Number 4, start training. Begin your 60-minute workout. Midway through, if you're not fasting, sip on a sports drink containing a minimum of 30 grams of carbohydrates. 5, end training. Upon finishing your session, drink 250 to 500 milliliters of sports drink to replenish fluids and carbohydrates. Number 6, post-workout routine. Take a shower, continue sipping water to stay hydrated. Number 7, breakfast. Prepare a balanced meal with protein and carbohydrates and keep sipping water to maintain hydration throughout the morning. Number 8, rest of the day. Monitor your urine color and continue sipping water, aiming to keep within the 1 to 3 on the urine color chart. Now, before lunchtime. The first one is monitoring hydration again. So throughout the morning, regularly check your urine color and aiming for 1 to 3 again to ensure optimal hydration. Number 2, pre-workout breakfast. Drink 250 to 500 milliliters of water and have a balanced breakfast with low GI carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Number 3, pre-training snack. About an hour before training, you can consume up to 75 grams of carbs. Number 4, start training. Begin your 60-minute workout sipping on a sports drink containing 30 grams, so 250 milliliters of carbohydrates halfway through the session. 5, end training. Finish your session with 250 to 500 milliliters of sports drink to replenish energy and hydration levels. Number 6, post-workout routine. Take a shower and continue sipping water to stay hydrated. Number 7, have a late lunch. So after your session, prepare a late lunch combining protein, carbohydrates, and fat, and keep sipping water. Number 8, rest of the day. Monitor your urine color and continue sipping water, maintaining levels again of 1 to 3 on the urine color chart. Finally, pre-dinner snack. 1 to 2 hours before dinner, enjoy a piece of fruit or a small fruit salad as a pre-dinner snack. Now, before dinner, if you're going to train before dinner, the first thing again is daily hydration throughout the day. Again, the entire day, check your urine color regularly. Aim for that 1 to 3 proper hydration. Number 2, pre-workout snack. An hour before training, drink 250 to 500 milliliters of water and consume up to 75 grams of carbs. Number 3, start training. Begin, again, your 60-minute workout and halfway through sip on the sports drink containing at least 30 grams of carbohydrates. After training, so number 4, at the end of training, post-training, drink 250 to 500 milliliters of sports drink to replenish fluids and energy. Number 5, post-workout routine, take a shower and keep sipping the water to stay hydrated. Number 6, dinner. After your session, have a well-balanced dinner with protein, carbohydrates, and fat, and again, continue sipping water. Number 7, dessert. For dessert, opt for a low-fat yogurt mixed with berries or fruit. Number 8, before bed, end of your day, make sure you check again your urine color one last time, aiming to maintain levels of 1 to 3 and sip water if needed. So by following these timelines, you'll ensure that your body is well prepared and adequately fueled for your workouts, no matter the time of day. And remember, hydration and nutrition are key to maximizing your performance and recovery. Keep track of your urine color to stay on top of your hydration levels throughout the day. And that is it. I don't know how simple that is for you, but hopefully you can narrow in on exactly what you need to do in order to optimize your nutrition. If you're training for 60 minutes, the training itself stayed the same, the nutrition for the training itself, but you saw that the recommendations, depending on the time of the day, so you were coming up into the actual training as fueled as possible, and then you use that to recover afterwards as quickly as possible.